My name is Hida Haruma, a fourth-year university student job hunting. Today, I was at my final interview with VoiceCom World Corporation, an import company dealing with everything from snacks to industrial machinery. I would like to utilize the language skills I cultivated in university.
You really can speak quite a few languages. The fact that you could speak Eva Pepi is also a strong point. Have you been there before?
I've only been to Eva Pepi once with my family when I was in elementary school. But that experience inspired my dream to work globally.
I see. Your motivation seems perfect too. Our company is in the middle of expanding operations. We could use plenty of people like you.
Yes! Things are going well. It seemed like I might get hired.
This had to be a done deal, right, President? I don't like him. What?
Huh? This was the first time I heard the voice of the company president, Takayama Naomi. Despite being only 27 years old, she had an incredible presence.
Your language skills are certainly impressive based on the tests, but being able to speak foreign languages and being able to do business are two different things, aren't they?
Yes. That's where I'm lacking, but even after joining the company, I won't neglect my
Who knows? Having the chance to go abroad for work isn't just some lucky break. Did you come here with such a casual attitude? What we want isn't just an interpreter, but someone who can actually do the job. Do you understand that? Hey, Naomi. President. Cut it out. I'm sorry about her. She's just, well... What do you mean by well? You're just being too direct. Anyway, we'll teach you the job. So looking forward to working with you, Hida.
Yes! And so, thanks to President Takayama's secretary and her friend, Tomomaya-san, who helped establish the company, I got the job. However, what the president pointed out was painfully accurate, and I know I needed to strengthen my resolve. After graduating university and joining the company, what awaited me was President Takayama's training.
In the import business, where we deal with individual clients, how you speak is crucial. The slightest difference in word choice can determine whether a contract succeeds or fails.
Yes!
I think he's fine in that regard. Hida-kun has good communication skills. You can't treat all clients like friends. First, try looking me in the eyes when you speak.
Looking into President Takayama's eyes. Wow.
Why are you silent?
I'm sorry. I was just in awe.
Huh? Hida.
Yes?
With that response, my evaluation of you has dropped. How do you plan to recover from this?
I'm sorry. This one-on-one training with President Takayama continued like this. 6 months later. Hida-kun, are you okay with the president's training?
That person is a bit too harsh.
You guys, why are you discussing this where I can hear you?
We're saying it loud enough on purpose!
We can't afford to lose young employees like this, Hida-kun.
You guys!
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine. Actually, I'm happy.
What?
President Takayama is trying to make me a proper professional. I feel fortunate to receive such thorough training.
You're so pure, it's dazzling!
The freshness we've lost is right here.
What a strange person you are.
What?
What?
I'm sorry. That was the first time I saw Takayama-san smile.
Huh?
What? You smiled?
No way. That's so rare.
I wasn't smiling. Come on, get back to work.
Naomi, just a moment.
Tomiya, haven't I told you to call me president during work hours? The furniture set we imported from Ava Papi, completely different items were delivered. What? No way! After all those confirmations?
Huh? 6 months into my employment, I experienced my first major crisis. 3 days later, during an office meeting.
To summarize the investigation, this mistake resulted from various misunderstandings. It looks like there might be a dispute over who takes responsibility. The warehouse fees for unsold furniture aren't trivial, especially since furniture deteriorates over time. We'd like to send it back. Whether they'll pay for that?
President?
What is it? What?
I found someone who will buy the furniture.
Really?
A YouTuber who introduces Eva Peppy-related content is getting married and moving to a new house. They were actually looking for furniture.
How did you find them?
They were a YouTuber I used to follow, so I remembered them. It was just as you said, President.
What?
There's no such thing as useless knowledge in business. You told me to remember everything I've learned when trouble arises.
Oh, the president says things like that?
That's so nice.
Be quiet! Anyway, Hida-kun, I'm leaving the transaction to you.
My, is that all?
What? He saved us from quite a pinch. Shouldn't you give him some kind of reward? What do you mean, reward?
Oh, please, don't worry about it.
You should at least try to treat him to a meal, right? Fine.
And so, thanks to Tamamaya-san's suggestion, I ended up having dinner with President Takayama. After work that weekend, I was invited to what turned out to be an upscale restaurant. I thought it would just be an izakaya. This makes me nervous.
What? Not used to places like this?
Yes.
When dealing with high-class clients, these kinds of social occasions are common. Get used to it.
Yes.
Thank you for waiting. Here is your special Eva Peppy soup.
What? This?
You like Ava Papi, right?
You had them prepare this specially?
Well, it's your reward. Not just for this time, but for everything up until now.
What?
You know what kind of person I am, right? I can't help saying things that probably shouldn't be said, but you always listen properly to what I say.
President Takayama.
Well, you really are strange, you know? Everyone else keeps their distance from someone like me.
That's not true!
What?
Yes, you can be a bit strict, but that's because you're passionate about work. I think that's why your juniors and Tamamaya-san follow you.
Well?
Besides, everyone says you're actually kind. They say you were what they call tsundere?
Tsundere.
I think it's a business term, but I think it's nice.
Hida-kun, tsundere is not a compliment or anything like that, so absolutely don't use it. Don't use it.
But to Amaya-san and others...
You're quitting?
Yes. After that day, I started being invited to meals with President Takayama once or twice a month. Although we mostly talked about work during these meals, I really enjoyed that time with her. A year later, under President Takayama's leadership, the company's performance was steadily improving, and we had grown to 100 employees. But that's when a crisis struck me.
What do you mean? We're counting on you to help lead the company. Explain.
Actually, my mother has fallen ill.
Is she okay?
Her life isn't in danger, but she's become quite mentally fragile. I heard from my father that she actually wants me to come back home.
Isn't there some way? We've come so far together. We don't have the right to stop you. Naomi, do you have any job prospects if you go back home?
I'll figure something out. Though, I'm not sure if it will be connected to the international world like this job.
I see. I understand.
Her attitude towards me, after our 1.5 years together, was quite cold. I knew this was just her personality. But I felt a bit lonely that day. A month later, Takayama-san and I had our final meal together. I found a new job.
I see. That's none of my business.
Right. It's a sales position at a small company with a young president, selling local specialties.
It's domestic rather than international, so your language skills probably won't be useful.
But I won't forget what you taught me, Takayama-san. Thank you so much for everything.
After all the investment I put into you, it turned out to be a waste. Well, I'll treat you to a farewell meal anyway. Want some Hawaiian croquettes?
Thank you. A month after my final meal with President Takayama, I left VoiceCom World, sent off by many people. 4 months later, when VoiceCom World was moving to a larger office for business expansion.
Alright. Tomomiya, please check the documents, okay? No need. I checked them thoroughly already. Besides, aren't you spending too much time on preparation? Everything in business needs to be perfect. Alright, we're going to acquire a company. Hida-kun's company. Hey, let me ask. Isn't this none of your business? Be quiet. You really are a tsundere after all. Ugh, be quiet.
Several hours later, I was suddenly called to the reception room. But why is President Takayama and Tomomiya-san here?
So, let me formally discuss the acquisition.
Acquisition?
We've determined that our company's products have overseas demand. Using our existing roles to start international businesses would be the best choice for our company. If possible, we'd like someone fluent in foreign languages. President Takayama, you can drop the act. Please rely on Hida-kun. Act? Well, President, there's no way you wouldn't know Hida-kun's background, right? There might be company benefits, but you just want Hida-kun back, right? That's not what I... President Tomonaga, shall we step out?
Yes. We should also tour the company while we're at it.
Wait, both of you.
Takayama-san.
What?
Actually, I learned the real meaning of tsundere quite a while ago.
What?
For the past 6 months, I haven't been able to forget about you. If you'll have me, won't you take me in this company?
Fine. I'll take care of not just your work, but your whole life from now on.
Thank you. I love you.
Me too.
And that's how we got together. 3 months later, we held our wedding ceremony in Iva Pepi.
I never thought my first overseas trip with you would be for private reasons rather than work.
Yes. Oh, I'm so happy.
You're still as honest as ever. By the way, your mother seems quite energetic.
She was more excited after I introduced you than when I came back home.
I see. I'm glad I could help.
Naomi-san.
What is it?
I'll definitely make you happy. So, will you smile for me then?
Silly. For the person you are now. I'll smile as much as you want.
Seeing Naomi-san smile in her wedding dress in this foreign land, my face turned bright red once again.